in the last episode, uh, Deborah had chased Billy and Glenn around the cabin and beat them up, and now Dark Milo has safely transported them to the UFO for safety. But and all was going well, Milo, and all is going well. Let's see what's going on, guys.
Oh well, just looking at the radar screen. Guys, you're safe up here.
Oh, cracky, thank you, Dark Milo. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. That girl is such a terror. She's got the strength of 10 men, and yeah, I never seen anyone throw us around like that. I mean, even Gregory Pig never was that rough. I mean, oh,
Well, yeah, well, she's a pennypacker. Pennypackers are very dominant species in their own environments, and well, I'm gonna just look at the radar screen because I do need to kind of like keep tabs on her, and maybe to see if maybe things are safe, or maybe I can like put you someplace somewhere where she won't find you, and but at the same time we still gotta babysit her in some way. I'm not entirely sure. I thought maybe put a containment field around her in the cabin might be the solution. Okay, so let's see here. Looking at the radio screen, radar screen, not radio screen. That's weird. Um, guys, 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 guys.
Dark Milo, Billy, he's freaking out. It's never a good sign when someone's freaking out. Oh no! Where is she?
Guys, she's not on the radar. Guys, she's not on the radar at all. Well, what's going on? There's no way she can possibly leave the cabin. I put a containment field around there. Wait a minute. There's a text message coming up from Mr. Pennypacker. His voice isn't on this, so you're not going to hear him. But it says here, "Oh no."
Wait. Oh no! Oh no! Where is it?
He, he's he said that we forgot her, and he's teleported her up on the UFO. On the UFO. Oh no!
Oh! Oh, Billy! Oh no! She's on the UFO? That means, what are we gonna do, Dark Milo? What are we gonna do?
Okay. Okay, so alright, well, we gotta have to do things very systematically here. I mean, when security breaches used to happen, I just had Sergeant and my soldiers deal with this. I never actually did that myself. I'll try to think of what they used to do. Okay, first they would look at the security cams. Of course, you always look at the security cams. This up in the upper corner here, and uh, 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 guys, all the security cams on the floors of this UFO have gone dark.
Oh, oh, it's like a horror movie. It's like a horror movie. Dark Milo, what are we gonna do? Well, this is not good. I, I mean, can she break her way in here?
Um, in premise, no. I mean, this is a very strong control deck here. The but but you have to understand, we still got a lot of time, before Mr. Pennypacker comes back. So at some point we would have to leave here to eat and do things, and that's when we could be destroyed. So we gotta deal with this right now, and I'm so sorry, guys. Uh, we need to send somebody out there and find her. Oh boy. Okay. Look, Glenn, you're still recuperating from the last episode. It would be absolute cruelty for me to send you out there. Billy, you seem to be in better spirits. You seem to have also recovered a bit. You're going to have to go with this flashlight and search for her. Okay?
Hell, I pick up the flashlight. I pick up the flashlight, and uh, I pick it up, and okay, I must do for our survival and also the welfare of the ship and what's left of your empire, of course. And I do it. I will.
That's a good spirit, my boy. You could do it.
Ow. I could. I wish you good luck, Billy. It was nice knowing you, and I. Just remember to duck and roll. Make sure to duck and roll if she starts punching and start to kind of try to roll with the punches or something. I don't know what else to do. Okay. So Billy, they open the door for him. And when they open the door, it's just darkness. It's just darkness out in the corridors. She shut off all the lights. A very scary little girl. And Billy if you just see the flashlight, like lighting up what's in the dark, and it's like one of those survival horror games, like Alien Isolation or something. It's just absolutely horrifyingly scary. Billy goes to the first room. He checks. Deborah, are you there? Hey, Deborah Pennypacker, are you there? We need you to kind of just settle down. Maybe we can all have fun there, play video games and stuff. There's nobody in that room, and Billy goes to the next room, and then the next room, and then back in the console room. Dark Milo is also talking to him for the walkie-talkie and stuff.
Oh, Billy, I could detect you on the radar. I could also, I'm hearing you. I can see what you're trying to do. That's very good of you. So what you're gonna do is that when you find her, try to kind of cover your body much you can from the blows. We need you to kind of like, maybe if you just let her punch you for a few hours, maybe that would, like, she would need to take a nap, and then we can isolate her into one of the rooms or something. But until then, hello, Billy. Billy.
Oh, Dark Milo, what's going on? What's going on?
Billy, his, the meter, Billy, the meter here, the motion detector meter's going nuts. Billy.
Hey, this motion detector you gave me, it's kind of like Alien, and it's really going crazy, it's kind of silly noises that. And then the radar goes dead. The radio goes dead. I'm sorry. Radio radar.
The radio's gone dead, Glenn. The radio's gone dead. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Listen, folks at home, this is a little too intense right now. This will continue on the next episode. I tell you what, I have a recording of these two playing, the video game from earlier. So you can hear that, so it doesn't sound like all disjointed. Like all of a sudden they're just playing a video game. They sound perfectly fine after one of them has potentially been killed or something. So okay, you go play the video. We're gonna play that footage for you right now.
Well, Billy, we are going to watch some more wrestling here. We're going to commentate over the Royal Rumble again. This seemed good fun. Yeah, I mean, we could learn about some history at the same time. We've been doing the last few shows, and the Royal Rumble's always something special. This is a virtual version of it, and I generally find it's just as entertaining as the real thing. I mean, the real thing, the thing is with the virtual version is, damn well, you don't have any idea who's going to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, it could be Titus O'Neil. It could be Titus O'Neil. It's just Karrion Kross guy, right? Is he supposed to be like an Antichrist or something? Well, see, like, generally the problem with wrestling is they're because Vince McMahon was a Freemason or whatever. They generally when they make their villains, sometimes they've been making them too satanic, and this guy clearly kind of sucks. He just isn't. It's one of those gimmicks where it's like they just keep pushing it. They keep pushing it. These anti-Christian kind of gimmicks, and you don't understand, folks. Folks, there was a time you didn't have to ever go to that level. Be like, oh well, I'm the satanic character. It's like, you have to be kind of like, have to be mixing in all this very anti-Christ type stuff. You could just be like. You could just be Baron von Raschke, or you could be Abdullah the Butcher. You could be nasty characters from history. You could be Nikolai Volkov. You could be even Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar doesn't need those kinds of gimmicks. He's just a powerhouse, and this guy's sort of like this guy in front of you. He's just obsessed with cross this and cross that, and then it's just. I don't know if he's any good. Me and Billy, we don't watch modern wrestling, really. Frater used to admit to watching NXT here and there, mostly NXT UK. So, Gunther is like the stuff. He's a good modern wrestler, amazingly good modern wrestler. Although it looks like lately, he's in the latest WWE video game, and generally he's kind of like a somewhat tubby guy. And now this is pretty offensive to luchadors, and these guys are essentially like the luchador version of the Bushwhackers. He's coming down to the ring with a piñata. That's pretty offensive, actually. It's very offensive, Billy. Yeah, it's pretty, Callisto, I'm not... Let's see, there was Sin Cara, and actually Sin Cara originally wasn't a legit luchador, and then they replaced the main guy with another guy, and he wasn't a luchador, and then this guy, I think he's just sort of like a third tier AAA type guy, and the days of like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, those. Just because someone has a mask doesn't mean you instantly go, oh, this guy's going to blow the world away. And it's like, well, no, not really. They're not all. It's just like if you watch DCW back in the day, not everybody's a Taz. Not everyone's a Sabu or a Raven or Shane Douglas. Some of them are generally kind of amateurish and maybe have funny characters because usually Paul Heyman usually helped hide their weaknesses. Yeah, wait a minute. What is it, Billy? What? I mean, Shelton Benjamin just ran right in the beginning there. 2 minutes didn't go by. I'm a little confused here. I'm a little bit confused. Well, actually, well, really, what it is we've been talking that whole time about luchadors. So really, it's a video game, Billy. The Royal Rumble counters. Back in the day, it used to be 60 seconds before a guy would come down the ring, 2 minutes or something like that, and really in the video game, it's just kind of whatever. So Billy, don't get too surprised. But yeah, originally I thought, well, oh no, it was probably because Shelton Benjamin's in a feud with somebody, or whatever, which would make sense. But now let's see here. Can Callisto survive this? He's on the top. Shelton Benjamin's got him in a bet, and no, he survives. Callisto survives. So we got a real problem with right now in the ring. We don't really earn Shelton Benjamin, who was in the world's greatest tag team with I forgot the other guy's name. It's not good. I could look it up on Google. I don't care. I like doing things off the top of my head because it's healthy practice. It's okay not to know everything at all times. But I think the guy, I forgot the other guy's name, probably because he has a Benjamin Haas or something like that. I don't know. That's just something in top of my head. There was a time when Paul Heyman actually was booking. That Karrion Kross, Mr. Satan there. He's kicked out of the ring. Yes, the satanic gimmick got kicked out again. Well, it always does, Billy. The evil should always be losing. It's our society. You should never have bad win. It only wins enough so it builds the good guy up. Well, it's like, for example, I was reading Frank Miller's Daredevil. It's a trade paperback called Born Again, and what the story is that Daredevil's girlfriend, who has become an addict, in order to get her fixed, she needs she goes to a goon to sell the information that they need to figure out who the Daredevil is, because she knows, because that's interesting, Billy. Yeah. And so, they give it she gives it to the guy who is like an agent of the Kingpin, and the Kingpin finds out, well, here comes Kevin Nash. Now, Kevin Nash has not been having good luck in the Royal Rumble. Last two shows, he even him and Scott Hall came up with a plan to win the Royal Rumble. They're going to have as many doubles of themselves as possible to come in. And that is actually a good plan, because if you think about it, if you had about 3-4 doubles of you, there is actually bigger chances of you winning, even though it's not you, it's one of the copies, we said it was the fake Diesel, it was the fake Kevin Nash, it was this and that. There's Brock Lesnar. We were just talking about Brock being a guy who doesn't really need to overly be satanic or anything. He's just a machine. And there's basic concepts. Of course, some concepts you have to be careful nowadays because they can be construed as racist, and that it's true. Back in the old days, some of the old stereotypes, there were stereotypes, and you'd have the Sheik, then that's a kind of a stereotype. And, you would maybe have a Japanese character who was a villain, and that's a kind of a stereotype, and concepts that go back to past wars and stuff. And so basically, Billy, what you saying about Daredevil? Well, basically what happened was, once the Kingpin got the information of who the Daredevil was, he has so much power within the United States. He basically was able to influence just enough people within the IRS and in the the judicial system, and the police, all that, and to basically ruin Daredevil's. His alias was Matt Murdock, Mike Murdoch. Mike Murdoch's a fraud and a con man. But Matt Murdoch was a lawyer and he lost his job. He got disbarred, and so now he was like homeless. They blew up his apartment building, and then to make it worse, they just kind of kept going after him and after him, and he's homeless. So, but eventually, what eventually happens is they end up exposing the kingpin, for some of the things he was doing, and kingpin ended up losing everything. So getting charged by the government and stuff. So that it was how it is. Wow, that's quite a story. I'm sorry, folks. There's not a lot of commentary about what's going on in the ring, mainly because there isn't any really super legends that come out. Yeah, Finn Balor got thrown out, and him and his wacky doodle demon gimmick, and like, oh, look at me. That's real bullshit. Like, that was popular. Like, that character was popular and all that, and everyone goes, oh, that's so nuts. Then what the heck happened with Papa Shango? Uh, Billy, that's the big questions in the industry. And I remember listening to an interview with Bruce Pritchard, and he openly admitted that. Like, he said he couldn't figure out what happened with Papa Shango, why that didn't turn out. They didn't get rid of the wrestler. He ended up becoming like the Godfather, and he had all kind of Kama, the War Machine, and they kept giving him different gimmicks. Well, there goes the other luchador. I told you there's some bushwhacker type luchadors they have with the lucha guys, and they're kind of like the bushwhackers. I try to kind of warn you, that just because a bunch of wrestlers put on masks doesn't mean that they're the next El Santo or something. That they're the next Rey Mysterio or Sikoshis or you know some of the luchadors you remember from WCW, the Verlanos and Sikoshis, and I'm trying to go for all the names. Some of those people I haven't even seen in years, or even seen any matches of theirs. Is watching old episodes of Nitro. A lot of wrestlers in the ring right now, I don't really know. This guy just came in. I'm like, folks, he could be anybody. He could be your tax accountant. I don't know who he is. I mean, I might. I see. Oh, what's his name? Well, he just got eliminated. Well, Shelton Benjamin eliminated him. You mean well, Billy, I can't. I just don't know. Well, Seth Rollins is coming in the ring now. Seth Rollins has sort of got a reputation, and I'm not talking about, oh, you mean he's a heel? He's always that heel. And, well, he's got a reputation for hurting people, and it's kind of like, Vader used to hurt people, but I think with Vader, he hurt people, but most of the time it was mostly he just like punched you in the head really too hard sometimes. With Rollins, he kind of does moves that really kind of like crack skulls, break necks. Even Bret Hart called him unsafe, and he started crying. He was like, my hero called me unsafe," and it's like, yeah, you're unsafe. Yeah, you're very unsafe. And it's kind of like we're just filling the ring with people we have no idea. Oh, we're getting too old, we're, I guess, yeah, you could customize these Royal Rumbles, we can, hey, get rid of all the no names, and we could put in all like the high end names like Booker T and, well, I don't, is Chris Jericho in this? Well, Chris Jericho's been in AEW for a while. Yeah, well, now we got The Undertaker from '95. with the purple gloves and the silly mask because Mabel crushed his face. Yeah, what happened was like Mabel when he did a leg drop on you, like he wouldn't like you have to adjust your legs so that you don't really like make contact with the person's face. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, what it is he's so fat, and he just wouldn't like protect you, and he basically broke like his cheekbone or something by crushing his face. Dynamite Kid is coming in the ring. Good old Dynamite Kid. It's not always easy trying to find footage of the Dynamite Kid, especially you're trying to go with Stampede and stuff. Because yeah, there's some matches, especially in England and stuff, where like Dynamite Kid is just like absolutely amazing. But I've got about two matches with him and Bret Hart from Stampede, and it's just there's some matches that are just like perfection. I mean, easily probably should have been on a compilation. It's kind of weird how we live in an era where we don't have compilations anymore. Well, it's because of the Netflix style systems, Billy. It's that's everything now is rented. You rent everything now. You don't own anything anymore. That's why these rich people say, well, you're not gonna own anything and you're gonna love it, which is a weird concept. It's because in their heads they're going, well, you'll have Netflix, you'll have Paramount, you'll have Disney Plus and Hulu and stuff, and you'll subscribe to all these things, and you can watch all the TV that's ever existed practically, but you're not going to own it. You're not going to, and if they decide to put on a whole bunch of ads, even though you're, see, that's it. Like, it's double revenue. Like, well, yeah, exactly. Please tell me. Oh, thank God. I didn't want that little jobber to throw out Brock Lesnar. That would have been kind of like embarrassing. That's good. He got rid of him because we need to get a lot more bigger wrestlers in there. Because it's not to say those guys weren't any good, but it's just like it really gives me some hard content because I don't, I don't know anything about them. Well, how about the guy with Seth Rollins? That said, he's a wrestler of a Saudi Arabia, a wrestler from Saudi Arabia or something. I really hope I'm getting that right. He's a Middle Eastern wrestler. He used to be on 209. I know that because Frater used to tell me about him. Frater liked him. And I didn't understand. He too is kind of a wrestler. That it's like, he could do like 360-degree spins and all these cool stuff. But unfortunately, if the bookers don't, if writers and Vince McMahon and well, of course right now it would be Triple H, so there's a greater possibility if that guy is even still around. That you can do some storylines with him to try to get him over, and he just eliminated Brock Lesnar. That's not a good thing. I like the guy. I really do like this guy, but he's I wouldn't be like wow. I wouldn't. Well, maybe Boogeyman is going to be the man who's going to eliminate him, but that's the nature of these kind of Royal Rumbles, Billy. I mean, just Sami Zayn's in the ring. He's not bad, and actually, I think that one guy is Miz. I may be wrong. Let's see here. Let's go. Yes, that is the Miz, and the Miz just survived. Okay. And Ricky Steamboat is in the ring. So things are improving right now, folks. Like we're getting people in the ring that we can actually make some comments about. Because I'm sorry to tell you, my comments on Karrion Kross are pretty shallow, and I really am trying to be fair with that because I don't know who he is. He's an NXT guy, obviously. He's not on the main roster. He may not even be on NXT. He may even be NXT UK for all I know. And Sami Zayn got eliminated by the Dynamite Kid. Nothing to get upset about that. I mean, you got eliminated by probably one of the top 50 wrestlers in the known world in his wrestling history. Miz just got eliminated. We got Nakamura here. I hope I'm spelling that right. He actually, Johnny Gargano, for some reason, Johnny Gargano. Now, I know this is going to be updated. His name was trending like hell on Twitter at the time. We were Saturn Ground Productions. He just eliminated Steamboat, and now he just got eliminated by a guy I never heard of. That's really unprofessional as far as commentating, folks. It's really unprofessional. You should at least know who's in the ring. Well, I don't know. Now here's the question: what is going on here? Like, so you got Baron Corbin and there's Happy Corbin. What is the story about that? Like, what's the? I don't watch wrestling. I know it's kind of like somebody in the '60s. They go, oh, the Three Stooges is on, and there's Curly Joe, and it's like, who's Curly Joe? I don't know. I don't watch the Three Stooges. And like, and so it else goes. I thought, there was a guy called Curly, so that is true, but this is clearly not the same guy. And it's like, yeah, it's just I don't watch the product, so I wouldn't know what to tell you. So, okay, so Scott Hall is just getting schooled by this Gargano guy. Uh, I, I guess Gargano. I don't know, but it's like we were going about Mr. Corbin here. I don't know what the gimmick is. He's apparently a happy guy. Is it a babyface type thing, or I don't know. It's probably one of those Bruce Pritchard things. Yeah, it's probably one of those Bruce Pritchard things. Ron Simmons is in the ring. Damn. Actually, it's nothing better than listening to some rednecks go, damn. It's just total cultural appropriation. Uh, well, we're trying not to get in trouble here. We don't want to end up like Bill Watts and get canceled like Bill Watts. Yeah, we get canceled because we peed on someone's car. Didn't he pee on someone's car? He did. Holy moly, moly! There's a lot of people got eliminated. Nakamura got eliminated. Scott Hall got eliminated. A whole bunch of people got eliminated there. And Shane McMahon's in there. Show I accidentally call him Shane Douglas. You could probably make Shane Douglas, or you can make anyone you want because there's the technology to scan faces, so you could probably just scan the face of Shane Douglas, and there you go. I hate to say it, I haven't even bothered to use a creator wrestler in some years. The Mansoor. Okay, Mansoor came back. We were just talking about him. He got eliminated. Apparently, there's another version of him, and apparently that counts. Somehow the game brought him back in. It's kind of like like how you take like a folder full of movies and different things, and you can put it on loop. Yeah, well, basically it'll just like if it plays a song, it could play it again, and it's kind of like if imagine if there was a Royal Rumble where there has to be 30 guys, but yes, it can be the same guy that can come in if he got eliminated. So that's kind of an interesting concept. And so Booker T is now in there. Let's see, can he eliminate Corbin? I don't, I think back in the day, I remember watching a match with Corbin, and I wasn't really impressed. He was just a big guy he does big guy things. Yeah, he just this big. And of course, here comes Kevin Nash, and Gargano's gone. Well, Kevin Nash is back in the ring as Diesel. Again, I'm sorry, folks. We just set the thing to auto, and we're commentating, so anything can happen. I told you there was a show where literally we had six Scott Halls and Kevin Nashes in the ring. It was absolutely ridiculous. Kevin Nash wants to win it. He's like, "Look, man, I've been fighting for this thing for too long. I need to win it, and if it means I need to employ people to dress up as me, I will freaking do it." Sidewalk slam. Kevin Nash picks off Seth Rollins, blocks him up, big punch to the head. Yeah, that's a good. Oh no, Rollins just eye gouged Kevin Nash. Rolling elbow right there. Another elbow, trading the elbows. Another punch to the elbow. Another thing. And slap on the back. And a kick to the face. Savate kick. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for that. Oh, wait. Do 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 do. I love it. What was that? Did you just do the McDonald's? I love it. It's a new finishing move. It's called the I love it. It's just absolute nuts. Do 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 do. I love it. It's the power, the pinpoint power of making things up. It's just making things up on the fly. I mean, that folks was not scripted. Now Kevin Nash has got Seth Rollins up. Can he eliminate him? I think yes, he did. He did. He got rid of him finally. That's a victory. Of course, we still got to debate: is this the real Kevin Nash, or is this that fake Diesel? Back from '97. 96. Was it 96? Yeah, I think it was like 96 or early 97. Okay, I hate that move. That's one of those moves where, like, there was just an era where people had to just, like, when they made a finishing move, they couldn't just have, like, a spike pile driver or something. They had to do, like, a fancy neck breaker type move, and a super spinny move. It's like you realize you're in a real fight or a real wrestling match. You're not going to be able to do that. So Mansoor is just. It's a really awkward name. I feel weird saying it because it sounds like he's got a sounds like a condition. It does sound like a condition. So, we're in the final four, I think. Yeah. There's nobody coming down the ring anymore. We're pretty much the last stretch here. Now, you have to understand, you would say, what's the difference between this and a real. That move again. That has got to be the most fakest looking junk I've ever seen. It's funny. He's kind of like doing it just to piss you off. I mean, that kind of is a heel. Yeah, but the guy's too big. He doesn't need to do that. Like I know someone can say, yeah, but dude, the power slam has been done, and it's like, yeah, well, I don't see the British Bulldog coming in the ring coming back anytime soon. He's passed on, and a lot of people have passed on. It's okay. It's okay to actually, like, what is Ron Simmons? Wait, Ron, no, Ron. Oh, good. Ron Simmons is survived. Well, no. Nash is, now he got eliminated. Nash got him. Or the fake Diesel. Are we going to see the fake Diesel win the Royal Rumble? It's down to Booker T and Kevin Nash. Oh my goodness. Finally, is this Kevin Nash's time to. Oh, he just did the jackknife. Oh, jackknife. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is terrible. He's destroying him. Yeah, Booker T's not going to be winning the Royal Rumble. And oh, you take about 2 of those. Yeah, 3. He's going to do a 3rd one? Oh, my goodness. Jackknife powerbomb. Booker T has been destroyed. Oh, this is terrible. Yeah, I think he's done with. Oh, wait a minute. Booker T's coming back. How do you come back from all that? It's 'cause he's the fake Diesel. It's not the same. It's like if someone dressed up as the Undertaker and gave them a Tombstone pile driver. It's not the same thing as the Undertaker, so it wouldn't have as much as effect on you. Well, that's a good point, Billy. It doesn't got that superpower. And now, oh, geez, Booker T just got some measure of revenge on Kevin Nash for all those jackknives. We really shouldn't call him Kevin Nash. He's Diesel. So, we're not even convinced it's the real Diesel. It's the fake Diesel, actually. Because Kevin Nash came in earlier, and you can't come back. And Booker T wins the Royal Rumble. Well, what a wonderful end to another week of the Royal Rumble. I would say another year. That's some wonderful stuff. Oh, that just brings a warm spot to my heart to see Booker T win the Rumble. Yeah, it's wonderful stuff. It's good stuff, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's good, folks. See you next.